Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good day in the market today and yesterday. Today we're closed about 267 points up. Yesterday we're up 90 something points, I believe it was. So a couple good green days. So we're going to hope tomorrow is more of the same. Got really close today on selling some things. We'll talk about that when we look at the portfolio. Let's talk about what's going on in the market tonight. But let's go ahead and switch over to portfolio and take a look at that. Here's the portfolio. See a lot of green here. Our airlines were doing pretty good today. Let's see the big winner today. Looks like that's going to be MPC as well as ACB. No, Cliff actually squeezed out 5%. So Cliff, which we do have a pretty good bit of holdings there, and we are actually very close to selling on the Cliff as far as trying to get that 6%. MPC also in the green on that one, so they could be selling that one if we have another good day tomorrow. But those are our two big ones today. Looks like X ended up flat. It was up pretty much part of the day. But our airlines were up today. Everything pretty much green today. Southwest really doing really good for the airlines. Now, don't have any of those in the IRAs anymore, just in the cash account. DIA, SPY, GBTC, or it's DIA and SPY. Those are ETFs. We don't have any of that anymore. GBTC, that's one I'm really close to selling. I got a little hoggish on that one. Actually got up to the 6% level. Was trying to squeeze 8 out of it, and then it kind of sold off towards the end of the day here. Or actually about midday. It just took a drop, but it ended up green, but not as green as it was. I was trying to get 1249 out of that, I believe it was, and just never made it to that. So it got to 1246. Let's see here, QQQ, another ETF, and VTI. They were both in the green. We got half of VTI. We sold it a while back, so we're out of both of those now. So no ETFs as far as that goes. That reflects the market. X, like I said, ended up flat. Novavax down 6%. Now, Novavax had a really good day yesterday. I forget how many points it was up, but it had a really good gain yesterday. So gave some of that back today. So Novavax ends up closing in the red, 6%. Just a little bit of give back from yesterday. Still, Novavax hanging in there tough. About normal volume, but yesterday it was really up high on normal volume, so it's hanging tough. MPC, again, 3.34%. We are very close on that one. I'm not going to get too hoggish on that. If I can get that 6%, I'll probably take that. EXAS, we're out of that one. Still waiting for it to get back down to around 80 before we start buying back in on that. Cliff, we've got a good stake in that one that we're close on as well. We'll get out of that one as soon as we can. And ACB, we're really not paying a whole lot of attention to because, for one thing, we're down far on it, and it did a 12-to-1 reverse split. And so we're just not going to even worry about that right now. I'm not going to cost average it. Don't want to fool with that. I've got some other those pot stocks in my IRAs, and so I don't want to fool with them right now. They're all getting beat up pretty bad over the years. I've had a couple of those more than a year, so we don't pay a whole lot of attention to them right now because they're just down in the dirt. Don't have a lot of it either, so we're not sweating that one. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in the market. First thing I want to talk about is this right here. Why stocks could keep going higher even with massive unrest across America. And notice the key points there. Stocks continue to rally even as American cities remain under curfews and bracing for continued protests. It's talking about the reason this thing's not being impacted is because people are more paying attention to the reopening of the economy. And that's what we've been talking about, is the reopening is the story right now. And as long as that goes well, this market's probably going to go up. And why is it going to go up? They give you that in your third bullet there. It's mainly because of this Fed stimulus that's going on. Also, they mentioned other central banks and governments around the world. So they're doing the same thing around the world. It's propping up economies, and and boosting these economies. So that's why we're seeing such a green market and having such good days. So that we're okay with that, but know that will change if the news changes. If we start opening up slower, and I wouldn't want to be necessarily too far in the market when earnings roll back around, because it's going to be all bad news. But of course, the market's sometimes forward looking, so they'll have maybe some good news about the next quarter. So maybe we'll be okay. We won't have such a dip come earnings, but the earnings will not be good the next time around. So, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look at our markets. All right. So it does look like we have some green. Dow futures up 117 points right now, so that looks good. S&P up 10, and the NAS is up 31. So that all looks good as far as starting tomorrow. We are happy about that. Asia's looking good. Look at that. It's green across the board. We've got the Nikkei's up almost 2%. Shanghai, 1/3%, and then 1.25% for Hong Kong there. So that looks good. Looks like they're having the same, Japan jumps 2% as optimism over reopening economies buoys investor sentiment in Asia. So same thing going on there. As that turn up goes well, so will these markets. All right, let's take a look at, here's what happened today, 270, 267, 25, and 56. Our oil was up nearly 4% ahead of the OPEC meeting. And here we go with, we're up to $37 a barrel now on WTI. Brent is $40.35. Okay, so that looks good. Looks like we may have a good start to the day tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be looking for opportunity to sell some MPC, some Cleveland Cliffs, and hopefully some of that Bitcoin trust that we have. That one we'd like to get rid of as well. And those have got some pretty good holdings there. Bitcoin not quite as much as MPC and Cleveland Cliffs. So that if we can sell those, we're going to have a lot of cash on the sideline, sitting at about 50% already, 49 I think it is. So not sure that I want that much cash on the sideline the way this market's moving, but I got to take that money when it presents itself. So 6% is the target. Can be a little bit more greedy right now, or a little bit more hoggish, since we've got so much cash on the sideline. So that's kind of why I was waiting today on the GBTC, is because I've got so much cash on the sideline. I thought I'd go ahead and try to squeeze 2%. When you got a little bit of cash, you can be a little bit bolder. Okay, so that's that flexibility we talk about in their status. You got to be flexible when the market's flexible, and so we'll take advantage of that. Hope to see you sometime later in the week. Possibly, let's see here, maybe Thursday night or so, and we'll probably get back on here Thursday night. All right, well, have a great day in the market, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here. Thanks. Bye.